See who pops on. Hello, hello. Me, Dave, Somethingfishyinc.net. Even Ohio. Actually at the hatcheries, Hatchery 1 right now I'm in. Checking things out. Bagging the Zyre Frutoses. The customer. Pampas, the 5 line left. That tank is a little cloudy. Looking over stuff. Who's on? Who's gonna be on? Where's James? Anybody else? Hello? Oh, somebody's on. Friend or foe? Oh, that tank's a mess. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I have a new name. Oh, they're gone. Come and go. Not new. My so-called competition. I call them fish punks. Wannabes. Want to be like me. Want a piece of me. Never. I got too many years on most doing what I do. I'm back. Hey, good news, James. The female. Here, let me look. She's holding. I'm gonna pull her. I gotta pull her. The X-chromis female still has that mouthful, which is a great thing. Those most likely are fully developed. There was some straggler babies in there. They might be still hiding. I have to sit and watch them. Unless they got eaten. But so in the future, we'll have some X-chromis and jennies. Amazingly, I'll have to keep some. I need to keep that species going because it's not readily available. So I have to save a handful. Hopefully there's at least 20 in there. I keep 5, throw them out. Hopefully have males and females and more future breeders. Gotta keep it going. For a minute I thought female Autoceps was holding. I'm on the other side. Let's see if anybody else gets on board. But so the ones that are trying to be me, and now they're coming up with trying to compete against Fish Geek, my name. They can't be original. I'll just call them fish punks. How pathetic. So many. Anywho, let's go back over. Got 2 people on. Might not get. I'm gonna bring over some more Lelupi. Which the ones here are getting bigger because they've been in a big tank. So Lelupis. What else? Actually, I wrote it down. See, that's what happens when you get old. I need those Frutoses. Oh, Argentes, those Central Americans. I got a bunch up there. And I put some sizes on them because they're young when they're here, and then they're in bigger tanks, and we put them in 10 gallons or whatever. So they get a little bit bigger here by the time they get over there, if they've been here for a bit. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna go through and see what else I have. I know I got some. My peacocks are pretty full over there, but I got a lot of these tanks. I need to free up some more bigger tanks for fry. I got like 3 or 4 tanks that Tropheus Dubois Maz was that need to go in a bigger tank. So I just freed up the tank that Zyre Frutoses were, but I'm gonna have to. I usually need the bigger tanks for Frutoses also. Oh, there's some. I got like 2 female Nagars ready to blow. There's a wild female, Flavescent, Blue Neon, or is that the USC? That she's ready to blow. Lawanda's holding. I got a lot of stuff. Trying to keep up with it all. Challenge. Alright, let's take a look around. Let's see, switch the camera. Not everybody's going to be with me on the live show here, but some baby simless in there. I got to get, oh, there's more back there. I need to start fishing some of those guys out. Odds and ends, he's rehabbed really well. He was beat up a male, young male, geared eye. Love that fish. These guys haven't. I wish they'd had babies, lay some eggs. A long fin, white clouds. I put that filter media stuff in there, hoping they'd do something. The Otter Jakes, Sunshine, a wild male with blind eye. I'm going to try to breed them. Red shoulder. Actually, she looks like she's holding. Holy crap. He's nice. I don't have good lighting down here too much, so. A red iridescence. Walter eye. I do have some young ones of those that might be ready. I gotta keep. I'm a tilapia. There's that Naira. He's nice. I'm gonna keep some of those. What are they? Why has that got a name on it? Holy crap! Race it off. That's bad. Careless. Oh my gosh. I got to Jeff. He cleaned the glass, which is great. It's easier to see the fish, but you erase what they are, especially when it comes to peacocks. Look at all the babies in there. Sunspot brevis. Big monster brevis in there. Albino red top Benjis need their own tank. As there's the big boys. The Hopicaris pacificus is doing well in here. He's no longer beating up anybody because he's no longer the aggressive or the biggest fish. Arowana rules that roost. He did push out the catfish out of the pipe. I gotta say that, which I can't believe. That's Synodon's like 29 years old. Yeah, the blackfin pubescent. There's a female holding right there. I need those babies. You don't see these much anymore. It's wild ones. There's Lawandas. Uh-oh, lost some baby. Strigonus. What's going on? There's a mouthful. And the Nagara. Flametails. There's another little female holding. Hung eyes. There was some females holding in there. Oh, there she is. That's going to be fun catching that little girl. Daffodils. Dark Regani. Look how dark that thing is. Slow size. Look at the little baby. Oh, so cute. Slow size. Snow size. Bambas. I need to get some more of those. That group's getting a little bit old. Lemon Jakes. And the Benji males. Crazy good looking fish. Slow side group and swallowtails. Chismudu. I'm going to keep some of those new ones I got in. Here's a geared side. The male lost his color. I don't know why. When he's in breeding mode or if there's another male in tank, he shows off, obviously. So a wild group of Gallier Reef. Holy crap, you erased that off. There's a Tropheus. This big group is for sale. A large group. You gotta buy the whole group. At $35 each. I filtered these on. Gotta get those guys out. Temporalis. Those Panda Guppies. Tenates. Not producing anything. Look at those busher eyes. I wish they were producing. Massive pair. Beautiful Zyre Golds. Usually go into hiding. Ornatus. I gotta get the oddball one in. Out. That Lab Trophies is holding female down there. There's Rusty's, also Mazwa Pertosas, and I don't know what else. Ranga, Trophius, coloring up. 6 months those might be breeding. White lip Madokas. There's the mean male Walter Eye. Female. Oh, those guys down there, Multifasciatus, odds and ends. The rare Hindus. I might have a handful of those available. I gotta keep some for breeding. The old group is not producing much. Pearl mutts, I got more males, so hopefully I got those young ones come in. I gotta nitpick some females. A bunch of female phenos. I need to get a male. Look at all the cute little baby Trophius. Slow size. And red passions. Lost the male, so more passions. Look at that young male. It's probably rubescent. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. He erased off so much stuff. Look at all this fry. Oh my goodness. He cleaned the glass, but too much. Ugh. So that's a problem. Oh, let's get back here. There, she's got a big mouthful. So that's nice. Axchromis. Hang of reds. Oh, there's a widow with the mouthful. Champ Chromis is fired up. Hopefully get some babies from those. We still have some at the other building, so I'm gonna sell one of these males out of seps. So if you're interested, let me know. It's not a cheap fish, so Malachromis stringa, beautiful male. A couple extra males I'll keep in here. There's the big Pindus. There's a Zaire, Katoomba, getting good size. They're growing. 2 more years, maybe breeding. Same with the Kapampa. Ramp Chromas are getting big. I'd like to get one spawn out of them. Convict types, Honduran red points. Search us around. Woo, don't get scared. We're in the dark. In the fish dungeon. So, see my mess. Nangus, I had a female with a mouthful. I don't know if she's still holding. She's hiding really well. I don't know. Icolas are getting big. These Nangus actually spawn. There's a baby right there. Amazing. It's a young group too. Baschromis stratus, Insignis. Looks like I have a male coloring up when I thought I had just about females. Lupies. Oh! Look at all the baby lupi. You see it here first. Oh my goodness, the whole shell's full. That's awesome. It's been a while. Le lupi. With lots of fry. They're so cute. The Rhodesii male is looking good. Female. The ones I took in trade, I lost 3 of the 4 females. I don't know why. They wouldn't eat. One seems like it's going to survive. I got more Samazis. There's a Katoomba babies in this tank are getting big actually. There might be a female holding. She's looks like she's holding. I can't tell. Her tail end's facing the other way. Ooh, that one's got something going on. Anthrochromis primolaxularis. Need a salt water change. Odds and ends. Those guys. No babies yet. This wild group. Octostigma trigonochromis. I wish they breed. Samazi's looking good. Look at that young male there. Look at that color. It's like cobalt. The baby. Maz was. Oh, there's a mouthful. It looks like right there. She's got a mouthful. There's Big Daddy-O. Look at all the young. It's so cool with all the fronts. A happy family. Burundi. There's the big male. A couple odds and ends babies in there. Oh, there's a female holding. And the MOBAs. It's amazing seeing the male out. He's been beaten on one of these females. I do have Fry somewhere. Oh, actually, I think I have a female holding. The one that was getting beat up. Oh boy. The wild Christy eyes. So I gotta mark that. I got a lot of work down here. These females need to go back. A wild group of Makulas. Look at all the young Kagoma 7 bars swimming in there. We got more of these coming up. More Kapampa. Look at that little guy. He's colored up nice. That's a Zaires. Red Empress looking fabulous. More Kagomas. Some Mazis. Oh, that male is looking good, but he just went into hiding. These might be breeding in the next year. This F1 group of Samazis. I love that front. There's Big Daddy-O. Everybody's hungry, like me. Grab eye. All these poor loop eyes, I gotta get them out of here. I got a lot of good cover, so they're hiding, but only one pair in a tank. They don't tolerate much more. Big Christy Eye group. There's a Zaire Male Katoomba. I can't remember. These are wild pair Neelii, or they call also the giant like shell dweller. Bull and dry. There's Zaire Kapampas. Those will be a while before they're ready. More Zaire Kapampas. So we're gonna have a good batch. The Zaire MOBAs. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's like 6, 7. And those guys. Samazis, Christy Eye. Oh, he raced the tanks. Oh my goodness. Anywho. I don't know if that female's in there holding still. Hey, Jason. Cartoons. Come on, we got tons. Greeting from Virginia. Sorry, I missed all these. A little late. We're in H2. Just doing a walkthrough. Look at that Nangu. Male. So, when the female Katooma's out. I think I have a lot of Furtosas with mouthfuls. Lots of fish with mouthfuls. Crazy. Which is good. I got shuffle. It's assembly line. You gotta keep moving. There's those Fry. Making tank space for incoming. So, as we go. Lots of Furtosa. Gotta love the fronts. Then the mess in S2. So, Sinless. There's that crazy albino red. Multifasciatus? I say 5 to 10 years. It all depends on diet, conditions, all that stuff, but I don't think they're very long-lived, guys, but I'm going to say 5 to 10 years. Furtosas could be 10 to 20. I have a catfish that's 29 years old, so I'm going to take a lot of these guys. The Viagra Argentes are going to go to the other building. We got room for those. The loop eyes. I got a bunch of Central Americans growing on. I'm not going to keep all these. Molinarum and Longamenos. I like to have a pair of each. Look at the color in some of these guys. They're looking good. Then I got some other rare ones. I got to write the names down. I got some rare stuff. Marine, I like those small Central Americans. There's my female Midas. She's like an F1, I think. The Gulper cat. A couple baby Yarus with the Tetras up there. Now my piranhas are in here. They're all in one area, so now it's easy to feed them. This one came in with a wild South American shipment, an oddball that we looked up the name. Have to look it up again. It's a rare one. I think it starts with an S. That guy, my red, that one I brought back from South America. I think that's the gold. He's a jerk. I think I brought that back from South America. I think it's a young black Rom. There's my old black Rom. He's like 19 years old. 18 years old, 19 years old. I think they used to call these topaz cichlids too. Great little Central American. So hopefully we breed those in the next future. Oh, these rare ones. The rare Ultifons. Another rare Central American. I think it's Central American. Can't remember. I'm not an expert on those. Odds and ends. These guys, they had babies up there. Yeah, I need to do a lot of shuffling around. The Guppies, I don't know. There's the wild Guppies. I haven't seen babies. These guys have bred the capillis, but I think they're eating the fry. I don't know why. When they're at the other building, multiple generations of fry, and it wasn't an issue. My lone female, Buko. Bushfish, my son wanted that. Tanzania and the ACIs, I want to get back to breeding those again. They're not super popular, but they're actually a nice fish. And then some odds and ends. Oh, out of seps. We still have a bunch at the other building. These are getting bigger, so they're going to cost more time in raising them up. That wild Gombe. Sorry for the glare. Got the female up in the corner. We got multi-punctatus over there, so finally. Marguents. I took a pair home, I'm missing a little one. So I don't know what happened. Dang on fish, my mess. Alright, so let's see if I miss anybody. Why don't you hit up the steps? Yep, I'll have a bump on my head. Step straight. Let's see. Good question, Dave. Bare bottoms to substrate bottoms. It depends. Like if I'm gonna breed, like Tanganyikan, some stuff, having sand. We use Ivory Coast by Seachem. That's our favorite substrate. And for the African cichlids, it's good in there. It's a buffer for their water conditions, pH and stuff like that, hardness. So yeah, some tanks are bare bottom like the peacocks. They don't care. I have rocks and just places for the females or sub males to hide. Size tank matters, obviously, but some of my just basic tanks, it's easy to vacuum the poop up down any substrate in there. Having substrate hides the poop, but you gotta keep up on maintenance on that. But it's kind of a preference thing. But like shell dwellers, certain things, sand dwellers, Furcifers, Ventralis. Hello. Oh, cool. I recommend some sand. Ivory Coast is my preferred. It's not real fine. I mean, you can put fine sand, but you gotta watch because you can get it's like hydrogen sulfide, like gas pockets. I mean, most of the time the cichlids are moving it, so it's not building up those waste pockets, which can be really toxic to the fish and wipe out your fish. So, but I like Ivory Coast. I don't think I have any in here. I just have scattered gravel. Sometimes some fish get a little nervous, I think, with a bare bottom, unless you paint underneath it before you set the tank up. Like for Central South Americans, I do usually like a natural gravel if I'm going to have gravel in a tank. Just a natural. I'm not much in the color gravel too much, unless I'm doing like a fun tank or a kid themed tank at a maintenance or something. Like my office tank, I have that 100-gallon flatback hex. It has that blue sand like it was in the display tank when the store was over here. And it's sweet. I got rainbows in there, and I got like a trio of albino heckelis, which really stand out because of the sand, the blue sand, and the black back. ground. So yeah, certain things it don't matter. They don't care. Um, then certain fish, especially for breeding purposes, I would have some type of substrate sand in there. So we're gonna go look at the wall tank. I got my red Freddie Rainbows. Um, Adding more fish to 265. This tank is loaded. Sinkarsh, I think that's how I say your name. Sorry if I say it wrong. They should be 6 months, a year old, I imagine. And the males are typically double the size of the female. The female could only be like 3/4 of an inch, maybe under an inch, and the male will be 1.5 inches. Males can get about 2.5 inches big. I have a big one downstairs. A wild, I can't remember the name. It's not really like gold, but they can get about 2.5 inches. And but I'd say a male at 1.5 inches, a female 3/4 to 1 inch. So make sure they have shells. They usually don't tolerate another male. When I was diving in Tanganyika, they were deep, 50, 60 feet plus. And like one pair that was in just a sandy-ish mud area, the male was 3 foot shell away from the female and her shell. Just two. That's it. Not like the multipocias or the simless. They're harem spawners. You can have hundreds. Like it was like as big as my shop of shell bed when I was in Zambia diving, and just thousands and thousands of multipocias. The Ocellatus, brevis, one male, one female, typically maybe a couple females, or you have a big tank, a 6 foot tank. You could have maybe multiple colonies going in there at once. But here's the 265 wall tank, which is doing pretty dang well. Got my light fixed. Fire eels wanting food. There is some super nice gold ocellatus. I can't say if pairs or not. You're welcome, sir. There's like 6 over there. I don't know. I need a female, so I need a female out of there for that big male downstairs. So that's a nice batch. I wish I would have bought more. The color is phenomenal. But here, let's quit looking at me. We're at the dojo, the old store. Look at all the rainbows and barbs, rose lines, botillas, cherry barbs, tiger barbs, longfin barbs. They're doing all right. Gold barbs, ruby barbs, Odessa barbs, different types of rainbows. And these are the thread fins that are going to go in this tank. There's the baby fire eel. Always looking for a handout. So, a couple sharks. Then the big old catfish. This fish is like 25 years old. The Syndas decorus. And the other one, I'm not sure. I see his tail back there. But I love my 265. I don't usually... Still have the floor tank here. The old store, which is now the dojo. The goldfish is up there begging for food. They're hungry. Like me. The catfish keep knocking over the little ornaments. And how those rubber bands get in there? What the heck? That's how those rubber bands get in there. I don't know. Doing pretty good. Lots of fish in here, but it's very active and fun. I love my wall tank now here. Usually I always had big fish, big cichlids, aggressive stuff. A little bit calmer tank. It's easier on maintenance, that's for sure. My Asian theme. Asian fish. Barbs. I gotta get there's some giant danios in there. I think there's still some zebra danios, leopard danios. All kinds of barbs, all kinds of rainbows, adding more rainbows. Getting pretty close. Maybe I have a blue grommy in there. I had 2. One didn't make it for whatever reason. So I'm gonna get some Lyrii or the pearl grommies. I always like those. So I need to get a handful of grommies in there. Maybe some dwarf like honey gouramis. Then it'll be done. Pretty much done. It's fun to keep adding to this tank. Get some algae. I gotta clean. I like staying in that flow. These fish have gotten smart. It's hard to feed the eel now. They know about the worms. Even the night crawlers, they'll take off with a chunk of night crawler and eat it. Scott, good question. If you're doing something you don't want, like Cyprichromis, I'm gonna be back at the shop. I don't have my dang on watch. Anybody know what time it is? I'll be at the shop in a few. I gotta take the fish over. I'll be there 11 noonish. Then I'm coming back here to work. James, if you're up this way, give me a shout. I can meet you over there or come over. 10:17. All right, cool. Thanks. I gotta get hauling. Store opens at 11, so I gotta get this guy's Zyre Frontosis over there. But if you don't want something, you don't have to have something that's native with the multis and 75. These fish, rainbows, are awesome. All kinds of different rainbows, and they're hardy. They can handle. I still have the. This is Ivory Coast mixed with some gravels, natural gravel in there, and they're obviously handling the hard water. Our water's on the naturally hard side here in Cleveland, but tiger barbs you could use. Danios, rainbows, but the rainbows, beautiful color. They stay mid top, and the shell dwellers, I'll keep them off the bottom, and most of the time they are, so they're not probably gonna bother the babies, and you can have an awesome display tank. You know, a 75, I'd put like, I don't know, 15. 16, like if you want to put like 7 each, 2 different types of rainbows in there. You get the Bosemanis and something else, 2 different color, the red ones. That'd be a beautiful tank. And then you got the shell dwellers taking over the whole bottom of the tank. And that'd be a fun tank to see. Tiger barbs are tough. They're hardy. They get decent size. Some of the rainbows stay small. Some of them get 4 or 5 inches. So even the roseline sharks might be okay in there. And they get about 7 inches. But they will eat fry. Thank you. I can tell you this, when I had my, what was it? My Sahikas in my headboard tank at home, in my bed, I caught my large roselines were 4, 5, 6 inches, a group in there. I was watching them pick off the baby Sahikas, little babies, like those lupis, and when I was feeding, the Sahikas would run up to the top corner to get the food and leave the fry scurrying around at the bottom, and the roselines would come in and pick off the babies. So I know the roselines could be a threat, but I think the multis are a little bit more protective than my Sahikas were. So, but look at the color. Beautiful fish. Get males and females, get like, I don't know, 5 each, 3 or 4 each, whatever, and they'll flaunt their stuff just like cichlids, Cherry barbs, Odessa barbs. A lot of these barbs are nowhere near full grown. Like these black ruby barbs get phenomenal. But they got, when they start getting about this size, 2, 3 inches, whatever, a couple inches, the color's going to pop. Yeah, Mike is a rainbow guy, but he was asking about something to put in a 75 with the multifasciatus, the shell dwellers, which, they stay at the bottom. Or you want to do like my tank at the shop, Scott, is I have a group of Tropheus Mazwas in there, and awesome. Yeah, so if you want to use those as like a dither mid-top level swimming fish, or if you want to do like a Tropheus group with some multis on the bottom, that could work. Or like one end, set up like a base for the shell dwellers, like one end, and do like a break the line of sight, so they have their own end of the tank. And Tropheus, if they get into breeding mode, they have the other end. So there's ways, there's different things you can do. I mean, just ask me offline or at the shop or email me, whatever, and I'll try to give you as much advice as possible. But that's it. I'm messing up. I'm gonna have to wash floors. Constantly have to clean. But here, this one I'll point out. I put a new light. It was a red cap, pearl scale angel. He's more gold now. Used to get these from Asia, but the color, yeah, it's only like a 2.5 gallon tank, but it's him and the snails and the plants. He's doing awesome though. The fish tank in the bathroom is great. So while you're sitting there, you can watch that. So, anywho, all right, I gotta get going. I gotta go catch some fishies for the customers. Got fish. So, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate everybody showing up here, hanging out. I like to grow this thing a lot more eventually, so we'll see what happens. I like to eventually probably get somebody on board to work the social media and YouTube channel. I mean, it's so bland. I know I'm nowhere near what other YouTubers are. I have fish tank. Nice. True fish geek, if you have a aquarium in your bathroom, or at least a betta and a bowl, I guess. So, yeah, I'll work on this stuff, whatever. So, you know, it's baby steps for me. So much on my plate. So, anyhow, we're still hiring. I'm trying to get a couple people lined up for this winter, for the busy season. So if you're local, has transportation, right now Saturdays would be the #1 sweet September project. Awesome, Scott. Keep me updated. Send me some pics as you go or when you come in. Let's see what you got. Yeah, a couple helpers. Right now I get somebody on like Saturdays just to start learning the ropes, and you gotta know some fish. You know, some basic fish keeping, you know, because obviously just like you guys coming in asking questions, that's a constant thing, you know, in our business. Kind of specialty. People send a lot of people to us because they value our advice, our opinions, or guidance into the aquarium hobby. So having basic knowledge of filtration, maintenance, cichlids obviously a plus. So if you have some experience, if you don't have experience, that's tough. It's hard to train somebody these days. Time constraints. I mean, a lot of people don't really know. They say they had a tank, you know, when they're 10 years old, but you start asking them some questions and they're like a deer in headlights. They just don't know, and it's hard. So keep that in mind. Looking for help locally. Starting now. I like to get one person going now, and maybe another person by the end of next month. 2 more people on board, because typically busy seasons are winter time. So, and anybody knows it gets crazy busy, especially on Saturdays. So, I want to try to take care of everybody as best as we can, as fast as we can, as soon as we can, and blah, blah, blah. All right, that's it. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you, spread the good word. We appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next time. Later.